Well, hello. Good morning. I'm feeling good. And it's been about 5 days, and I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm in a retreat right now with David G. Yesterday, I went all day without getting tired. Not one single crash in the body or the mind or anything. It was just clean energy all day long. And that's exciting. And basically, ever since, I don't know, any astrology lovers out there, ever since the sun moved into Leo, I felt a dramatic shift. And that was about 5 or 6 days ago. And since then, I've had a lot more consistent energy. So that's the big news I wanted to share with you. Maybe I'm finally over the hump. I've heard a lot that it takes about 2 years is the average when people start really feeling a difference on the nutritional balancing program, and I'm almost to 2 years. Of course, there's the whole pattern where you're feeling great, which means the body can dump something. So perhaps that's coming, and that's okay. I feel like a veteran now, and I can handle it. But the other thing I wanted to share with you was this beautiful heart opening I had. I almost want to change the name of this journal to My Awakening Journey, because that's more what this is about. The adrenal fatigue has really taken me into this deep spiritual seeking of, finding out what I really am, my true nature, which we all, all of our true nature is beyond illness and beyond this body mind. The fatigue that I've had has just slowed me down, slowed the life down so much over the last 10 years that there's just been this surrender to it, and just this going within. And then, because the body had to like slow down and be still and I've had to sit with myself, and I've had to, and I've practiced stillness meditation, and with the intention of coming back into my heart and discovering the true freedom and the joy and eternal bliss that's inside the heart. That's been my intention. So the silence, the medicine of silence, and the medicine of awareness, and the surrender into the stillness and not really being able to do much, really allowed so much grief and so much to come up and surface. And it's brought me into my heart in the most profound way. And just wanted to share with you this. A couple days ago, in retreat with David G, we do 2 satsangs a day, and we do about an hour meditation before he goes into monologue and Q&A. And anyway, so just the stillness and the love bath that's there in the room with all these beautiful people who have been doing this work for so long. All these beautiful people who've been doing this work for so long, in David G's presence, it's just like this bath, this love bath, and then and the self and the stillness is just palpable. I've been a seeker pretty much since about 2010, when the fatigue hit and the emptiness came in. I went on a pretty profound seeking path to find out, what's the meaning of life. And my meditation practice pretty much started at that same time, and it's been, 5-6 years of meditation practice, and it's finally getting really juicy. The stillness, the emptiness that when you start out a meditation practice, at least in my experience, it's been that I can access this space, but it just feels kind of like empty and boring. Now it's starting to get really juicy, and it's starting to reflect back at me. And that's what happens when you pay attention to the awareness that's within you and all around you and everywhere. It starts to pay attention to you, and it's becoming alive for me. And the other day I came home, and the stillness was very strong. So there wasn't this immediate reaching for technology or anything to distract me. And instead I just sat on my bed. And it was still really early. It was only 7. But there was this headache that had developed. And what I didn't know is that it was really this grief that wanted to come through. So I just sat and meditated on my bed, and then the body went into sleep. Then I woke up and realized it was only like 8 o'clock. The sun was going down. And I thought, well, there's nothing better to do, so I'm just going to climb into bed. And so I climbed in my bed, and I put one hand on my heart and one hand on my belly, and just relaxed and started breathing. And in this safe space, some images came. One which was being in my living room as a child with my father, and just this feeling of really wanting his love and wanting to please him, and getting back getting from him just this kind of critical, like judgmental feeling, which I had throughout my teens. Like, I totally fucked up, and I did something wrong, and I wasn't good enough, and I wasn't pleasing him. And so that was one of the images. The other image was around 10, being in my room alone and feeling like I was being watched. I've always had that feeling like I was being watched, and I didn't know what it was. So I was breathing and feeling my heart, and the heart started jolting. Often the body will start jolting when I'm in satsang. I'll get these little energy bursts. I think it's Kundalini, and it's always felt like it's stopping at the heart. So anyways, the body jolted, and then it sobbed. And that's something that has happened in ayahuasca journeys before, where it really felt like the grief was coming through the body, but without tears. So first the body kind of did this little sobbing, and then sure enough, then the tears came. And this time it was like there was no resistance. I was welcoming whatever wanted to come up, and I was in this deep space of awareness with it. And so the feeling was this mix of just complete agony of the fact that I was separate from my own heart for so long, and all the chaos and confusion and all the bad choices, and not that I made those choices, but I was innocent in that, but all of the pain that it caused my whole life up until this point, the agony of being separate from myself, from my heart, and at the same time this like deep gratitude and love, and feeling the love of myself coming for myself, and the gratitude that the love is here now. It was this like total mix of like tears of grief and agony of separation, and then the tears of gratitude and joy and the love that's here now, and this experience of like self-reflected consciousness. For the first time, just feeling this generation of love within myself for myself, and then going back to that period when I was 10 and sensing into that and knowing that that love was there, and that's what I was feeling, but I just didn't know it. And that was just the most beautiful gift, and it caused this incredible heart opening. I'm so grateful for it. So I went to sleep after a good cry, and the next morning I did my coffee enema, and sure enough, this big 2-foot long ropeworm came out. And there's no coincidences. To me, it's symbolic that this love that's pouring in is such a high vibration that this parasite had to leave. And the parasite came out yesterday morning, and then the whole day I had this like pure, smooth, beautiful energy. So I'm subletting my apartment for the month. I think I found a subletter, and I'm going to be house sitting over in Grass Valley. Going to be taking care of 2 dogs and 2 cats in this really nice property on a creek with a hot tub and a sauna and a pool. Should be fun. So that's my update for now. I hope you all felt this positive shift in energy with all the planets in Leo as well. And so much love. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.